Mm-hmm. Hey, you two. Mm-hmm. I hear y'all got a light bill due, and you got a gas bill too. Telephone disconnect. You're waiting on your next paycheck. I tell you what you're gonna do. I tell you what you ought to do. People, get ready. Hi, Michael Mocha Drop, Connie Bernard. I am Miss Ricks. Sweet ass pie. How y'all? How you doing? Clap back to you, sweet ass pie. I see some of the children are out. I mean, hi, Miss Egyptian Goddess, my new moderator. BJOD. We're gonna talk about this thing for a minute. Curl baby. The one with the hair. Baby, we have to talk about this thing for a minute now. I see some people are out about this story. I went over and said, y'all leave Todrick alone. That was gonna be my first video. But as I was researching that, I said, oh God, they got all kind of issues with Todrick Hall. Why can't none of these young black people get a break? All right, so Todrick Hall, y'all know him. He's became a internet sensation first here on YouTube, right? He started making all these elaborate videos. I think he is a brilliant entertainer. I've watched a little bit of his career. He had one called Trade, I think it was called. I just loved it. I played that thing over and over and over and over again. I think it's a very talented young man. Apparently now, since we know, along with fame comes critique. So people are critiquing him. I'd have never seen Big Brothers, but apparently that was a show he was on recently. His people who were on there with him have things to say. But notice they are talking about him. I think he made it to be a finalist on there. But here's the issue, people. The issue is not how talented he is or his relationship with the people on Big Brother. Or the issue really, although it's connected, with his dancers and people who work with him, right? So a few months ago, they had people coming out of the woodwork saying that he didn't pay his dancers, right? He was very lax about paying people. So I think that paying your dancers is pretty much the same thing as he's facing with his landlord. If it's your responsibility, it is your bill. You have to pay it, honey. No matter how much it hurts, no matter how you feel about it, you have committed to paying these people their rent and these dancers their salaries. But we're not going to talk about the dancers in this particular video. We're going to focus in on the situation he has with this huge ass house. Now, I got to tell you, when I first saw this house, I thought it was beautiful. It was even staged beautifully. And it was so much more sophisticated than the place he had before, where he basically just had a lot of, souvenirs around his house. I guess it was much smaller. But his other place was fine. It had a lot of character to it and all that kind of thing. But somehow or other, he moved in this grand, gray, big old house in the Hollywood Hills, right? Now, people who are not familiar with Los Angeles might see this a different way. But this man went out and rented a house for, $30,000 a month. $30,000 a month. People say, well, how in the hell are you going to pay somebody rent $30,000 a month? Damn, can't you just buy a house? Oh, don't assume, baby. Don't assume. The situation, we'll get to the lying part in a minute. But the assumption that you can go and just buy a house like that in Los Angeles, it might be a bit naive of you, right? Now, people who are celebrities, who are successful, a lot of them do not want to go and live in what you can buy in Los Angeles for $900,000. You can find houses in Los Angeles. I lived there 15 years. Things have changed dramatically since I left, but here and there, all over California. But what you get in Los Angeles for $900,000 or to $1 million is not like a celebrity house. That's not what you get. You get a house on the flats, some little 2-3 bedroom, little tiny house, little tiny rooms, just like we was raised in. That's what you get for $1 million in Los Angeles. So it is not surprising to me that someone who is living high on the hog, who was probably making a whole lot of money when he was touring, would decide, no, I can live in that big old grand house in Beverly Hills, or no, I think it's in Encino. Where's he at? He's in Sherman Oaks. I can live in that great big old beautiful home and all that, and it will add to the situation I have online or whatever. I live grand. I'm a successful person. I'm a celebrity, right? So he came on. Now here's where we part ways, Todrick Hall. So first of all, I understand why a person who got a significant income would choose to rent in Los Angeles as opposed to always buying. Particularly when you're buying a mortgage, that means I'm going to be here forever, right? I guess that's the thinking of going in. But we can't get around this point. He did come on, make a whole video and lie that he had bought the house. The lie was unnecessary. Todrick Hall. That's where you're caught. This is why they're coming after you. They feel they have free reign to come after you. Is because you lied and said you bought one statement. I'm buying a house. I'm buying this house. You could have made the exact same video without saying that you were buying that house. That has set you up. See, you're telling the one lie begets another, begets another, begets another, right? If you were moving into that house for $30,000 a month, that was still your house, right? This right here, this is my apartment. No matter how these bitches feel about it, this is still my home. This is where I live. This is where I lay my head, where I pay my rent, right? It ain't that much difference than if it was your house. You could have left that out of your statement. You didn't got to say that you own it. If you want to lead people to believe that you own it, like all these rappers do, y'all noticed that all these rappers and all the entertainers, they all drive Ferraris, and Ferrari's $200,000. Rolls Royce Corniche convertibles and all this kind of shit. These cars are $200,000-$300,000, right? But y'all believe that they own all this shit, right? Y'all believe all these rap videos with all these women around the pool, and he owns that house. He walk around naked in it and all that kind of shit. No, all that shit is rented. And so much stuff in the entertainment industry, it is rented. That's why when their numbers start to go down, they go back to normal lives. But we can't get around the fact that you did lie about that being you're buying that house. Buying it doesn't make any difference. You're still making a payment. I'm sure that even your mortgage probably wouldn't exceed $30,000 a month. But when you buy it, then you have all these other expenses with owning a house as opposed to renting it, right? So you're wrong there, of course. We all know that you're wrong for lying about it. But we can see the way you didn't pay your dancers, that you have a tendency to not want to pay your bills. I know people like this. No matter how much money they make, they're very reluctant to pay their bills. This is why credit is so essential for these people. They want a background check on you. They want to know, are you going to pay me? And Todrick Hall is proving over and over again that no, you better get your money up front. If he can get over it, he's going to get over it. That seems to be the character. I don't think that the person necessarily has to be thrown away. There are other celebrities. We see them all the time. Look at Red Fox. Went through all that money, ended up in bankruptcy and all this shit. If he didn't learn how to handle his money yet, more than likely, when he rented that house, he was probably making 3 times that amount. Most times, I don't think that a landlord in that arena is even going to rent you a house if he feels like you can't afford to rent. So you got to show him paperwork, just like you were buying the damn thing, probably making 3 times that much when you rented the house. You felt like you could afford to pay $30,000 a month for a house like that. What you would have bought would have been significantly less. That's how it is here. I'm sorry. There are houses here on the flat. You don't even get the whole house. You in San Francisco, you get they got flats. So you say, oh, that house, okay, I pay $1 million for that house. Look at that house. I pay $1 million for that house, right? And then you get there and you realize, oh, no, honey, you got it all wrong. You don't get the whole house. You get a flat in the house. Tenants in common. There are 3 floors. Okay, each floor is a different house, right? So you don't get that much when you purchase it. Yes, if you wanted to put the time in, He could have bought him a house a little bit further away, and he could have put the money into it and fixed it up, all that. But he walked into an absolutely beautiful, Hollywood style, huge, I'm gonna say mansion. I was just say a big, beautiful house. And it looks like the furniture may have come with it because he showed it fully staged. Okay. My question is this: is Todrick Hall taking advantage of the moratorium put on California? Now, we know there are federal moratorium freeze on evictions. I don't know if that's up yet or not. And they're also local. And there may even be city moratoriums. They can't evict you. Some people have taken advantage of that law, their temporary law, right? Even though they can still afford their rent, even though they have not lost their job, even though nothing has changed, they'll just stop paying their rent. Why? Because they can. We don't know if this is trickeration here or if the boys simply ran out of money, right? If you're not touring, you're not getting a big paycheck, because some kind of way you got to convince these people that you can stop paying your rent. And he just don't have no $30,000, right? I would think, I was trained to believe that no matter what, the first bill you paid was going to be your rent or your mortgage. And there's not that much difference between them, really, except for the mortgage. You got more stuff you got to pay out of your own pocket. Where am I at? Lost my damn chain of thought, child. Pay your rent, the first thing. So that would mean that he actually doesn't have $30,000 when that rent was due. Now, so you choose not to pay it. California is not, and the federal government is not saying that that means that now you're off the hook. You don't got to pay your rent. No. They're just saying that you can't be evicted for not paying your rent, right? But that bill still comes up. So unless Todrick Hall is planning on moving out, which is, it seems like that's what the sewer is asking in his lawsuit, because he's being sued by the owner for $60,000 back rent. Now we would say that, well, if he's only 2 months behind in his rent, we're talking about $60,000. That's what 2 months rent is with him. Anyway, the man is asking that he move out and that he pays his back rent. So Todrick Hall has gotten himself in a kerfuffle, because coming up with the $30,000 was one thing that he couldn't do at the time. Now he got to come up with, I guess we're in the middle of April now, so $90,000 cash. And the man still wants you to leave. More than likely, he won't pay him. He'll just leave. And now he got this tail on him for $90,000, where this man's going to sue him and the man has got to sue him so that he has a right now to garnish his wages and so forth. Anyway, where was that? So it was the lie that got him in trouble. You could have told the exact same story, the exact same video, without saying that you own this property, right? Some people put this big, it's a big deal to them. Do you own or do you rent? But your house is your house, honey. If you are paying the money every month, just like when you have a mortgage, you're still paying the money every month. That's your home. Now, this bald-head nigga over here named Jay Wilson, we always got to give commentary on some of his views. He said, oh, he asked for, he had to put a list out. Oh, he asked me for homewarming gifts. Nigga, wait a minute. Do you think people who rent apartments are less people than people who buy apartments, and you're only able to get a housewarming gift if you own the property? That is the craziest thing I ever heard of. It is still, yes, he can get a goddamn pots and pans. Somebody want to give him that for his housewarming. He ain't got to own the damn house, girl, to get new pots and pans. Anyway, of course, he always says something stupid. What y'all think? He got to weather this now. He's been embarrassed. But Todrick Hall apparently will not pay his bills. Now, we don't know if he couldn't pay his bills or he just wouldn't pay his bills. He chose to, since he didn't have to pay, they couldn't evict him. He chose to get on the same train as a lot of people in this country are doing right now. A lot of times it is necessary, but I believe the moratorium in California, I'm not sure about the federal laws, but you have to prove that you have lost income because of COVID. In other words, you have lost a job, you're not being able to work, you have not received income. But if you are an entertainer, there could be, well, you made $3 million this year, and then the next year you didn't go on tour, you didn't release no record, so you didn't get no income. We don't know. I would say, Todrick Hall, since you are a master of YouTube And people are starting to lose touch with you as a person now. They're starting to question everything you do. Your dancers are coming out and saying they didn't get paid. That's another thing. Dancers saying they didn't get paid. I guess at one point, what he said he had, it was 600 or 60. Maybe he had 60 dancers, and he told them, I can't pay you for this event, right? Well, I have seen big gospel artists, they will hire local talent for their backup singers. I have personal knowledge of this, and they don't pay the backup singers, right? Only the star gets paid. So that's not unusual. There have been several allegations, Oh, he grabbed my ass when I worked there. Well, girl, what is he, 30, 20 some years old? Y'all know y'all grab each other's asses. Girl, ain't no big deal. But they're making it a big deal now. Why? Because he's a celebrity. So they're jumping on. I would say, Todrick Hall, come on here and just tell these people, listen, I did lie. I'm sorry. I'm playing this internet game. For me, it seemed more impressive to say I bought this house with my riches from YouTube, right? I was wrong, and I apologize for that part. I shouldn't have lied. Same time, I still have to pay my rent, just like I have to pay my mortgage, right? Don't hate me because of my financial situation. You guys have been good to me. You better be good to me. You have been very good to me. I'm not hurting. I will work out my situation. I like to do it in private, right? People understand. He still makes beautiful music. Hi, Connie Bernard. Egyptian goddess. Did I speak to y'all already? Fraser Laurie with the kisses. Can't stand his little self. You can't stand him. Well, he's a celebrity, so everybody got an opinion now, right? I think his work is beautiful. People who sign on, and surely they talk amongst each other, dancers, and they all know that there's a good chance they're not going to get paid. Hell, we all flew to Atlanta. We wasn't getting paid nothing. Anybody saying about no money? People will do projects. I can dance on Todrick Hall video or whatever, and no matter what they say out their mouth, honey, they know what the circumstances was. Did he actually, you sign a contract, say you're going to get paid some of the money? How you going to start a job you don't know if you get paid or not? Right? So apparently they get mad at him. He's a queen just like they are queen. So when they get into the queen battle, he's the boss still, right? So you can expect more to come out from behind. They're not the star, honey. And there's going to be a certain amount of envy in that, built into it, right? So when they grab an ass, it's just, ooh, got cakes, baby, got cakes. But when he grabbed one, oh, he touched me. He put his paw near my ass, and he touched me. He touched me. He touched me. Todrick Hall got to realize that he is the boss, and he can't be touching nobody's booty. He can't hardly say no statements that are sexually implicit because he's the owner of his own his company, and he is the boss. So don't make him me too, you Todrick Hall. But I don't like the jump on people mentality. Most people complain about him paying he's behind 2 months of rent. Y'all got $60,000. 60,000, hell, that buy most people's house or with a huge chunk in that mortgage, honey. It is certainly a year's worth of rent at one time, right? So he's on tour right now. More than likely, when he comes off his tour, he's going to have a big chunk of money again. Now, whether he chooses to pay this man, but the man said, "No, don't pay me shit." And you can pay me as you're leaving. The man wanted him to leave, right? These are rich people. They don't want to play no games about, oh, I can get rent money this month, not that month, and all that kind of stuff, because they can get somebody else in there that's going to pay it right now. People like that, they can afford to pay rent, these show business type people. So we can expect maybe another announcement about another house. Todrick Hall, just don't say you bought it. You ain't got to say, honey, you give them too much information. You can say, this is my house. This is my house, and I live here. There's a welcome mat at the door. And if you come on in, you're going to get much more. There's my chair. I put it there. Everything you see is with loving care. It's my house. I live here. Come on in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you look at some of the real estate shows, you'll see what you can get in Los Angeles for $1 million. You'll say, what? It looks like a damn trailer. Girl, you ain't getting all that. You ain't living like an Egyptian goddess up there, honey. Mm-mm. Oh, I used your name, Egyptian god. I see. I saw your name. Came in the conversation. It's the lies he tells, not his financial situation. He better off not to say nothing. Right? Don't lie. I ain't lying about shit. If they don't like the reality, they go somewhere else. You know, we should be judging him for his talent. But since he made his chops here on YouTube, apparently he wanted to impress the YouTubers that he's about this house. But it was a straight out lie. We can't cover it up, or we don't know what his motivation was for telling a lie or whatever. We know it sounds better to say it's yours. But you know how many houses record companies own? Record companies, studios, all these people who we think are so rich and got it going on, they ain't gonna show you no 2-bedroom you call those things 2-bedroom bungalow, honey, on the flats. That's not very impressive. That doesn't look very Hollywood, right? They move into these big houses, and the studio or the record company owns the damn house. And when you're no longer making records or you're no longer producing movies, guess what? You move your ass on out, right? I remember in Hollywood, even the people that I knew around that Jermaine Stewart situation, those guys, Bobby DeBarge used to live in a hotel room. For around 76, 77, they had a board on Sunset Boulevard. Their album was doing extremely well, Switch. And he was living in an extended stay hotel, you know. This was their time to tour and stuff for it. So maybe he felt like he wasn't in LA enough to be paying for no house or even apartment. Anyway, don't believe everything you see, people. Just because you see your favorite celebrities riding around in these stretched Rolls Royces and all this shit, child, don't believe the hype. Also, so Natalia, y'all calling him toxic Todrick now, girl. I don't see where he's done anything all that strange, really. I just don't see it. He didn't pay some of his dancers. That's a trait that is probably reflective in all of his affairs. He probably doesn't pay his American Express if he can even get credit. People don't want to pay bills. They just don't pay bills, period. Even though they get big wads of money, they don't see that as now I got to go pay all my bills. This is already his character, looking for any angle to not pay. But that ain't got nothing to do with his talent. We're too involved in people's business these days. And you ask me, he live here, that's his home. Now with this freeze, that means that man cannot evict him. Even though the man is suing him in court and asking him to leave and all that, he can't make him leave. Now, he may say, Todrick Hall owes me this much money. He might win the judgment for the money, but if the moratorium is still holding, he can't evict him. You have to suffer through it, honey. If Todrick Hall can convince him, look, here's the $90,000. I want to stay. The man really ain't got no choice. He can't evict him. Not during a freeze, whether it's federal or state. Okay, hell, he lied on Big Brother. I didn't watch that. He lied on Big Brother the whole way through. He is a liar. He's no good. A heartbreaker. He is a liar and he's a cheat. I don't know why I let him do these things to me. My friends keep telling me that man ain't no good. But whoa, what they don't know, I still listen to him. Makes me want to cry. Baby, please be quiet. Dog. I'm gonna start just letting them pass, huh? Don't even react. It seems like every one of my videos, I got to stop now and move the dog to the other room. People say, well, why don't you move me in there anyway? Did he walk his ass in there? Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm going to close the door on him. Get your ass back. Did it. Come on, Queenie. Get it, Bill. Did it, bing, dong, beanie. No, you don't want to go. Okay. He did like that. He go down to the ground. He said, please don't do me like that, Daddy. Let me open the window while I'm up. It's hot again, but it's not like yesterday. Yesterday, it was 89 degrees. Today is 69, so it went way down. Right? We had a little heat spur there. Let me see what y'all say. Mm-hmm. It's the lies. You a liar. I ain't shaved yet. Excuse me. Now, you know, he purring at my feet. Why you purring, boy? Love you, Daddy. Love you. Yeah, he went in there for a minute. Then he realized, I got to get out. The daddy coming. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hello, Mr. Squeenie. Thank you, Elaine, for posting the murder in the beef sector. I got to write today. I missed 2 days. I don't do that. Think about writing. If you can, the best way you can, try to write every day. That way you stay in tune to the story. Instead of having to try to start over again, remember where you were, where the thing was going, all that kind of stuff. It's best if you can do it as best you can, write every day. I learned that the hard way. So we have to catch up today. We owe our pages 2 days worth of work. You ready for summer, Fraser Lori? I like the summer. I don't like 85 degrees though. I'm not walking in it. Mm-hmm. Michelle Holly say hello to you, baby. How you doing? Don't be jealous because people love me. Don't be jealous. My dog told me that I'm jealous because the men be looking at him and don't look at me. But I said, hello. They look right at the dog because they pay me no mind. Now, if I was a young tenderoni, I bet they pay me mind. I see them out there, how they carry on. Mm-hmm. Sweet as pie, you writing? Sweet as pie said, writing a book is not easy. I've tried, and I'm still on 3 pages. Still to 3 pages. Okay. At some point, it'll hit you. The thing is, you can write every day is the thing. When you have a job to go to, and you have kids to tend to, and you have maybe you're a wife or you have other things to tend to, it's more difficult. But when you are like, basically my life is just sitting on my ass, do whatever I want to do, right? So I have plenty of time just to write. All the rest of my life, I didn't do it. I didn't even know I could write until Meth Monster, where I had a lot of time on my hands. So don't give up, sweet as pie. And when you retire, you'll be looking for things to do. Summer is my favorite season. Yes, I like summer. I like spring better, I think. Spring, fall, whatever. San Francisco has this weather where we're surrounded by 3 sides with water. So there's always breezes. It'd be nice in the daytime and freezing at night, or at least cool. You got to always carry a jacket with you because you don't know what you're going to get. Ooh, 85 degrees. You like that? They said the beaches here are packed. You know, we're not really known for the beaches here in the Northern California. There's really a Southern California thing. You know, they got beach after beach after beach. But here, there just is a few. Most of it is rocky or is mountain, like the water, the cliffs come right up to the water edge kind of thing. But since I don't go to beaches, I'm not really the best person. But I know when I have one out there, I said, well, they're just little patches of beach there. Nothing like LA at all, where you just got, you know, a whole mile of beaches. Side by side. You might write a story too for your. Just sit down and do it, baby. It's the only thing about writing, you just got to sit down and do it. You can always clean it up and make it better. And you can run it through your editor and he can make it a little bit better. He or she can make it a little bit better. You don't got to be no high, expensive guy. And these days, it's so easy to self-publish a book, right? I could leave here today. If I had a book complete, I could have it published by tomorrow if I wanted to. So it is much better these days when you can self-publish your book, right? There's nothing wrong with self-publishing. I kind of like the experience of knowing how to do that because it gives you the power. They ain't gonna give you the money, you know, that would come with a publishing house, but it was be a publisher. This is a writing. I'm not writing thinking, oh, maybe somebody will pick it up. Maybe someday I'll finish. No. I'm writing to finish, put it up. I know it's going to be put up, right? So, yeah, you can do a lot, honey. Main thing is you just got to keep on writing. Keep writing, even when it don't make sense. You can come back over it later in your second, third draft. I only use basically 2 drafts because I reread it while I'm writing. And when I get it all the way done, it's a finished project. Then I go back over it again, and then I get the chance to clean it up. Actually, I like the second draft better than the first draft, right? Because the first draft can be kind of choppy. Some people write 5 or 6 drafts. I can't do it. You got to figure out what works for you. Like, Bub, you're gonna write for your cheering. Some people write books for their family. I mean, the bigger family, a history of your family, right? You can trace it all now. History.com or whatever, and then do a family history so that'll live on past you, and all your relatives will know the history of your family. They know who Big Mama was. They know who Mama Suge was. They'll know how y'all got to where y'all got to. You know, you can go all the way back to slavery. Our slave woman name was, wait a minute, I just missed it. Hold on. What's her name? Oh, Hannah. Oh, we traced our history back. One of the relatives did for my grandmother's 90th birthday. They traced it all the way back to slavery. And the slave woman's name, well, they didn't have the slave man's name. You know, they weren't married in those days. Oh, Hannah. They didn't even give her a name. But it's good to know we had a whole history. So some people write like that. They just want to do a family history for the family. And after you do that book, after you got your chops, you're like, oh, I like writing. So I'll just write. Honey. It's a good exercise for the brain. Are my books on Amazon? Yes, all 6 are on Amazon. And there are 2 on 2 audiobooks. Meth Monster is an audiobook, and now the new book, Murder in the Beef Sector, is also an audiobook. You can get that at audible.com or you can get that at Amazon. Right? So they're all on there. Let me see. Do I have maybe one of the moderators could post a link? I have a lot of new ones now. They might know how. There it is. It's Murder in the Beef Sector. So when you go there, you'll see all the other books that I've ever written. Thanks for asking, Carolyn. You got great grands? Oh, you're an older lady. Okay. Right. Sometimes you can partner with a relative. So I find out one of the girls want to write. Y'all sit down and get together. You tell her the history. These young minds work fast, honey. Great grands. You got to decide to save your brains. Actually, writing is a brain exercise, and it makes you stop and think. What brand is this shirt? I don't know. People don't think I'm wearing the same clothes every day because I have a lot of denim shirts. This is Levi Strauss. I should get a couple more, but it looks like I'm wearing the same shirt. But usually either I'm in a black t-shirt or one of these. I like denim shirts. That might be something I picked up in prison. They had denim shirts in prison too, you know. Mm-hmm. I'm a couple older than Unc. Okay. Yeah, I'm 64. I'm happy to be 64. Now, what were we talking about? Oh, I think I've said all I have to say about Todrick Hall. Let me sure. So it said they're going back to now where Todrick Hall, you've already gotten everything you're gonna get out of that video where you were showing the house. It's a beautiful house. Now either edit the video, take the little first minute or so out of it where you're saying that you bought the house, or you can just take it down because now they all referring to when you lied. They have it on video and they have it on tape. I would either take that video down just for it's not so convenient for people to find all this evidence, and then or just edit out the first couple of minutes of it. Doesn't matter, it's still your house. And wherever you're paying rent at, that's your house. If somebody walked into this door, they're in my house, as far as I'm concerned, honey. This is where I live. Baby, you be quiet. What are you doing? You cute little nose. Burglar alarm, burglar alarm, burglar alarm. Y'all gotta get y'all some dogs. Your husband likes denim shirts too. I think he got that from wearing them for work, right? Yeah, I like them. They're masculine. I always liked this denim shirt. Even way back when I was a child, I liked denim shirts. Big thing here was denim with Levi's, at least in LA. They used to wear when I was in the working world. They would wear blazers with jeans and many times with denim shirts. It is a popular look for male and female. Ask him again for me, please. Elaine. Where did Elaine say? Let me go. Wait a minute. Sweetie Pie says, ask him for me, please. We will have to put in a bid. Let's go see what Elaine said. We being nosy. Go right on back. Way back here. Please up the video. I don't see where Elaine said. Elaine is posting now. Okay. Wait a minute. Tim, it's sad. He is caught lying there are too many damn people fronting. Too bad he doesn't know you to get some smart pointers. You talk too much. You never share. It ain't him talking now. Now it's the people who work who he works with. And I'm sure if you went with some of the other people, I mean, his career is kind of unique where he started on YouTube and it's about these big productions and things like that, right? I imagine other people can give testimony or work with other entertainers, right? You know, Todrick Hall fell into his career and he fell into all his money, but I don't get the impression he knows how to handle it very well, right? Lesson number one, I talked about a couple of days ago. You must pay your bills. You know, but a lot of people right now, not only in California, all over the country. Y'all see, y'all ain't heard about all these evictions no more. They was talking about eviction a few months ago, and now they ain't talking about it, right? So there's been laws put up and all kind of ways people have around getting around paying their rent. Now, I don't know if a lot of those things are expiring now because people are back at work. It seems like they're having pretty good numbers, work numbers and things like that. But a lot of people have not paid their rent. It's not that unusual. Most people don't have no $30,000 a month rent, however. I am not answering that TJ Tassett. No, I don't have no idea about that man's equipment. I didn't know Bobby DeBarge. I knew Jermaine Stewart because he lived with me, and he was friends with Bobby DeBarge. I would say in '77, they were probably best friends because they hung around together a lot. So he was a friend of a friend. But I don't think he liked me very much because I had no talent. I was not there for, like most people in Hollywood, they were there for a reason, right? They wanted to be all actors. They want to be singers. They want to do all this stuff. And particularly in their crowd, you know, they were all doing things. Even if it was just Soul Train dancers, they still had aspirations. I did not. So I don't really fit. Jermaine and I were just good friends. And eventually he ended up living with me. Eviction ban is supposed to expire in July. So I heard. Yeah, I just went on here a few minutes ago and it said September. But I think there are federal eviction laws, and then there are local. There are state eviction laws, and there's also city eviction laws. So it depends. I don't know. I guess the federal will be the main one. So that's supposed to expire, Connie Bernard, in July. Does that mean the people who are in these apartments, do they now owe all that back rent? Or is some of that rent forgiven? I know there are agencies who have actually paid people rent, their back rent, right? Because you got to get back on your feet. And that generally means you're able to pay your rent again. But do you have money now to pay 12 months back rent? Henry Lee Lucas, you can find the Bobby DeBarge story here on YouTube. I didn't know at the time, but apparently he was a heroin addict, and I believe it might have been HIV. Henry, if you're not just trolling, Henry Lee Lewis, I believe that is how he eventually expired, like a lot of people. You aspiration was interior decorating. Yeah, I always liked it. I still like it. I mean, it's still something to do. I ain't likely to be working in it, you know. But one of my girlfriends or boyfriends, depending on what community you're from, is getting a new apartment or something like that. I love to go over there and get busy. That's just part of who I am, you know. Who had the tenants in there? Oh, yeah, you got to feel for the landlords, you know, because many times they're still making that mortgage, and a lot of times it's people's, that's part of their retirement. They've counted it on their income for their retirement, right? So they've based their income around their rental property. So how would you feel if somebody move up in there, don't pay your rent, and you're still paying all the expenses connected to the place? Or you done put in years paying off the mortgage. Now you done did your part, and they just gonna go there and squat. So you may stand corrected. Yeah, those numbers keep changing, Connie Bernard. I don't really follow it. I know you can't evict nobody in San Francisco right now. When I say he was a bug check, okay. CJ Tacit, you have now been blocked. I'm taking your ass out here, child. Let me see, where you get? You just trolling, honey. Let me see. Thank you, Henry Lee Lucas. I certainly did my time. Okay. Bitch, get real. They talking to CJ. That must be a boring life being a troll, I would think. Just going around being an annoyance. Mm-hmm. See you later, Connie Bernard. And y'all be aware now, there's also been an imposter using Connie Bernard's picture and name. So we got to be aware. If it sounds too strange, that's probably somebody else. This is a scary time for renters. I watch a lot of Judge Judy, and the landlords stay trying to evict tenants during this COVID phase. Yeah. But they want the money. They want their money. I guess there are programs where they can get their money, but they got long lines for that to get that money, that rent money for other people, where they actually pay the landlord for back rent and so forth. I said file and get them out. Hell, a couple wouldn't even try to get the government funds to assist them. Okay. Black before beauty. Exactly. I say file and get them out. Hell, the couple wouldn't even try to get government funds to assist them. Right. Right. You have to do something to help yourself. You can't just say, I'm not paying my rent, period. You just forget about it when there's funds available to you. Most of those funds have not been used, as a matter of fact. You just got to get in line, baby. And do what you can, do your part. And a lot of times before they'll give you rent forgiveness or whatever, they want you to prove that you tried. You did something, honey. You got up off your ass. You done got up off of that thing and it made you feel better. Respect yourself. La da da da. Respect yourself. Tashana said, please be respectful on this chat. If you don't respect yourself, ain't nobody gonna give a good go. Respect yourself. Keep talking about women folk don't even know their name. And then you are dumb enough to think that that'll make you a big old man. Yeah. Respect yourself. La da da da. Y'all hear about this T.I. going up there disrespecting that woman? T.I. then climbed up on the stage, hugged the woman when she didn't want to be touched. I guess he's playing off of this shit with Will Smith now. They want to engage the comedians. Don't start a trend, T.I. You ain't got no reason to be doing all that. And then he said something to her about taking her wig off. And then the woman said, well, I'll take my wig off when you address these charges against you and your wife. And he went off. That was all it took. Well, you shouldn't have been bothering a woman then. Let her do her little routine. You done already got your money, T.I. Shit. Let that woman try to make her name, honey. Yeah, so some people, I don't like to see anybody evicted. But you got to think about the landlords as well. Many times the landlords are not big corporations. They're just people trying to make it their own self. And many times those properties are not paid for. They're still making the mortgage payments. Do you own your condo, Tim? Oh, hell. Even though I look fabulous, Timothy Blaine is poor, honey. Oh, shit. But it's my home. I pay the rent, you know. Well, me, with a little help, pays my rent. Put it like that. Everybody being respectful. Oop, there it is. All the classics. I love the Stable Singers, honey. I know a place. Ain't nobody crying. Oh, ain't nobody worried. Ain't no smiling faces. Lord, blind to the races. Oh, help me. I'll take you there. Whoa, mercy. I'm calling mercy. T.I. needs to sit down somewhere, bringing attention to her little joke. Shit, if you would have shut up about it, nobody would have heard about it. Now the whole country, the whole town's laughing at you. That's not the Fire Monster showed up. Let me see. The moderator said that's not her. Where's she at? I don't see her. Yeah, you trolls, y'all are mystery. I'm gonna put y'all in print. We do another Murder in the Beef Sector. You got to have 3 books in the series. This is only book 2 I'm working on, right? Fire babe was hidden. Okay, the fire babe was hidden, and she forgot her globe at home, honey. She left her wig on the dresser. Mm. Hey, do you have any pics of where you were younger? You should do a show and tell. Sweetest pie. That is not how it works on here, girl. I don't care if you got a booger on your nose. They're gonna find something to say negative about whatever you do on here. They're gonna go to your Facebook page, see if they can find a picture of you. No, I don't have no old pictures because when I was in the life and I get arrested all the time, you abandon everything you own, right? So any pictures or anything like that from before, before I was at 40, or when I stopped, 44. Before that, they don't exist no more. They've been gone. And I would show these people anyway. Oh, look at you. You're fat. Oh, look at you. You're skinny. Oh, look at you. You got a big head. Oh, look at your wig ain't connected right, girl. I have one picture up for on Amazon for myself and my partner, just in honor of him. I still have a picture of him by my bed. He's been dead 30-some years. But that's the person who touched my heart. So that will always stay up. But other than that, no old pics. I mean, I was cuter than I am now. Most people were. We were all cute in our 20s. Oh, I do have a picture. Let me show you this picture. I just thought of something. Wait, boy. Move your bum. Move the little bum. I just be 1 second. Hold on a minute. Y'all gonna like this. Move, baby. I'm gonna check one more place. Then I'm gonna abandon my efforts. Wait a minute. Too much there. Okay, you asked for it. I'm so happy. I'm just so grateful now that my pants didn't fall down. I don't wear my suspenders up. I'm in the house. Move. Oh, hey, y'all asked me for pictures of when I was young, right? My sweet grandma, before she passed away a few years ago, she sent me these. Okay, here's the first picture of Timothy Blaine. You see that face? Look at that face, child. Hey, where your teeth, baby? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. That was me as a baby, Timothy Blaine, right? That ain't the only one. Now here's me. You make a lot of time I'll talk about my childhood. I always mention some reason 8 years old. For some reason that was significant to me, right? This is me. It's 8 or 9 years old. Look at it. Can you see the resemblance? Excuse me. Look at that. That nice smile. That's the Timothy Blaine. That's all you're gonna get. Grandma sent me those. Your grandma always got the pictures. Uh-huh. The childhood wasn't that bad. I get no horrible memories attached to childhood. I wish I could have stayed. If I was only who was ever been so good to me since then. People all over the world, sticks and stones. Y'all remember that? Who's that? Only a child. Only a child to say it again. I think it was Smokey Robinson. All babies and puppies are cute. Not all of them, but Uh-huh. Everything else is gone, child. I sold Sister Number One show. Lord, I done spilled some tea today. Oh, God. They're going to say, oh, he was a monster. Oh, I never seen. I thought it was Chucky. They should have dipped on. Anything else going on today? Is there anything else? You know how the beef sector is. Everybody's screaming at everybody. Then when they don't got no confidence for that day, they say that the beef sector is dead. No, baby, you can't determine what the hell the beef sector is. You just dead. You just don't want to do it no more. So just go away, But everybody, every time they want to leave, they say the beef sector is dead. There'll always be beef, baby. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Rico's posting. Todrick, okay. Go to subscriptions. I don't know why I do this because I never think. Oh, shit. What you say now? Okay. So Brian is reading Jay Wilson. A Pussy Parlo Pizarro. Okay. Cookie is reading Pizarro. Mm-hmm. Who else is reading somebody? Okay. Oh, Rico live again right now. Okay. The Rico Act, a passer and a mess. Okay, that might be interesting. I'll watch that one. You got to pick and choose what you watch. Miss Just Kimmy, her title is The Rico Act, dash, a passer and a mess. Okay, let's see if she turned on her new friend now. That might be fun. I like it when they switch on each other, girl. They come and get what they can get from these people, and then when they throw them, they throw them under the bus. All right, wonderful people. Thank y'all for coming in. We got to get on about our business now. Mm-hmm. 10 years. And they made an example out of Will. So Will's out of the country now? Is that what happened? I think that'd be the smart thing to go have a vacation till it blows over. It ain't like he killed nobody, child. It's over in the flat. That's it. That's the story. So I heard somebody say he went to rehab, which made no sense. He didn't appear to be drunk or drinking. There were no stories of him being drunk or drinking. Why would you go to a rehab? So it has to be a mental hospital, if nothing else, for rest. But then they're saying, no, he ain't in no crazy house. He's in, was it Dubai? Somewhere. Taking a trip. Had to come with something. Chris has hired a large law. I didn't hear about that. Why would Chris hire a large law firm? Is he going to sue him? I don't think it's going to come to that. I really don't. I'm hoping it doesn't. Black Folk Beauty. Of course, that'll be a big story. Everybody will get paid from it. But I hope he doesn't sue him. Will has suffered enough embarrassment, shame for what he's done. He's lost revenue. And there needs to be a personal conversation between them, and he needs to give him a sincere apology, not some of this shit the studio done rolled up for him. Right? And there's nothing wrong with saying when you're wrong. If I say something on here that's so far off base, I ain't got no problem coming and apologizing. I'm taking responsibility for my own actions. Will, you're wrong. The whole world knows you're wrong. Even the ones who support you know you're wrong, and you know you're wrong. So he apologized, of sorts. We don't know the behind the scenes. And just go away and let it cool off, He got banned for 10 years. Oh, Lord, have mercy. So now that's the new story. Okay, so he quit the academy. And now is he banned? He can't be nominated for 10 years? See, that became a very big, what a dumb thing to do, though. Why would you even, whatever. Maybe he was still a character from that movie, right? Isn't that the character of the person in this last movie he did, where he defends his daughters and his family at all costs? He won't accept any insults and all that. Maybe he couldn't climb back out of character. What he needs to do is let go of that burden called Jada. Well, when he let go of that burden called Jada, he's going to let her go with $100 million, right? So letting go in these marriages, now you be careful when you say I do. He say he's worth $350 million, so she's going to definitely get at least $150 million. So you have to really think about that, letting them go, honey. I think I better let her go. And then the other side of your head is saying, it's cheaper to keep her. Gonna cost you too much to leave her alone. Cheaper to keep her, cheaper to keep her, cheaper to keep her. As long as they can screw around on each other, maybe they can make the marriage work, honey. It's not the tradition. But if she can get a little chick on the side, and he can get a little chick on the side, and they can still live together and produce, work together in some respect, raise their family and be a parents. We don't know what's going on in their house. But that's a heavy burden, honey. You got to let go of that. I've always felt for the men. Now I know everybody's here siding with the women, so they done, build him up, kissed his ass, cleaned his house, raised his chair, and do all that kind of stuff. I want half. And California is a half state. I don't know where the hell they live. In New York, I think it's community property state as well. But I've always felt sorry for the guys, because a lot of times the husband ends up living in a one-bedroom apartment. It's what single people live in, and then the wife keeps the house. And he continues to pay the bills for the house. So she gets the house. She gets income to last her until she gets married again. Plus, he still pays child support to the children underage. And plus she get half his money. Yeah, it ain't walking away ain't so easy, honey. I'm sure she wasn't dumb enough to sign no prenup. Now he can do what the rest of us doing, watch from home. He can take some time to cool off. He's got his Oscar. He certainly played in dozens and dozens and dozens of movies. He had a very successful television show. He's had successful records. He's raised his family. Why not relax? Shit. If I can relax with $350 million in the bank, I think it might be very tempting. Take a year or two off and don't do nothing. Walk around in sandals. Mm-hmm. Be out there in the tropics. Pocket change for wheel. Mm-hmm. No, not when they come in for half, baby. Because she's going to have a whole team of lawyers making sure she gets what she feels she deserves. And I get the impression that Jada is the kind of woman that's going to demand every dime. She wants to cut right down the middle, honey. Y'all remember with the Madea, when that dude had left her granddaughter for a younger man? That was in one of the movies. I wasn't wild about the movies, but that was a funny scene where she took that what do you call it, saw? She took the damn saw and cut all the furniture in half, and everything in the apartment was in half, right? It was being comical. It was comedy, but at the same time, that's what you're giving up, half. So if you have $150,000 in the bank, that means $75,000 of that money is mine, right down the middle. Now, for them, they're talking about millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. Let alone what the tax burden is going to be. Has to have. Well, that's why the woman usually has the house, because she is responsible for the children. But even if she don't have no children, she still got to give up half in California community property. She's gonna be living. You know what broke my heart though? When Eddie Murphy was facing this situation, Eddie Murphy decided to go ahead and divorce the woman, right? What was his wife's name? Y'all know? Chainsaw. Thank you, Black for Beauty. She took a chainsaw to everything in the house. It was all half of her, even the clothes. Anyway, Eddie Murphy, when he divorced his wife, She was a beautiful. What's her name? Not Camille. That's Bill Cosby's wife. I forget her name. This one beautiful model that Eddie Murphy married. She got half of everything he had, right? And took it and gave it all to a con man. They showed her on American Greed. She on the phone crying for rent money. I need to pay my bills. I need this nigga, this Middle Eastern man, then took her for everything she had. That man worked his whole career to build up that kind of a nest egg. She took Nicole, okay, her name was Nicole Murphy. She took all that money and a man conned her out of all of it. They did have a big old, she even appeared in it. It is legit. A con man took her for all that money after he didn't get, I don't know what the numbers were. Maybe it's $100 million. I don't know. And she in the Poe house. Lord have mercy. That would have broke my heart. I'm sorry. Nicole, is she married again? I don't know about these Hollywood marriages. A lot of them have enough sense to get prenups these days. But they got teams of lawyers breaking prenups too. A lot of these women say, a prenup, excuse me? Why do you think I'm marrying you, nigga? Prenup my ass. You don't use up my youth and beauty, honey. They go trade me in for a younger model. Good luck with that one. How many times did I say goodbye? This time is okay. It's so hard to say goodbye to you too. But I'll say maybe tomorrow then. See, I heard that word, maybe tomorrow. I want to sing so bad. I'm going to spare y'all, though. I'm going to go in my bathroom and sing maybe tomorrow. Later, people.